All right, this is a pretty easy app that you're going to be able to use an application that's on a website called Coolors, and it is to generate your color palette, which is more important than I ever thought before when I started getting into the business of being in business. I found myself just kind of jumping around and picking whatever I felt like that day. There'd be days that I liked red, and days that I liked blue, and days that I like, a whole bunch of other colors. So what I've learned over the last few years is that having a color scheme that is yours makes it easier for people to know that they're in the right place if they're visiting website to Facebook page to Kajabi site and that kind of stuff. Also, it gives people kind of a sense of like who you are and your brand, and it becomes recognizable, and they recognize you right away as they're scrolling through their timelines, let's say on their phone. Your colors will pop out to them, especially if they really like what it is you're doing and want to see what you're posting and that kind of stuff. If you're using a good color palette, good color scheme, they will stop and they go, "Oh, is that it? Yeah, that's Andy," because it really catches their eye, that color, as they've seen it over and over again, and know that that is you. All right, so how do you use this thing? It's free. There is a paid version that allows you to do more stuff, but I'm only going to show you the free stuff. So first, you need to create a login. The login, don't get scared. The login really is like any other website right now. They want your name and email address so they can market to you and know who you are and that kind of stuff. And That also helps with their advertisers, as you see right down here. These possibly are paid advertisers down here. Wired, Treehouse, Shopify, that kind of stuff. And so that's one of the ways that they generate revenue, and probably one of the ways they can have such a robust free version. And so there you go. It's a place to get your name and email address. I'm sure that they share that information with other people. So start the generator. It's free. You're just going to obviously click on that button here, the blue one, or up here where it says generate. It doesn't matter. I'll click this button up here. It says generate. And you're going to see a series of colors show up. And the first one that shows up probably will not be your color scheme. All right, so what you're going to do is hit the space bar. So hit the space bar, and the colors change. Well, look at that. So my colors tend to be blue. So I can pick, I actually like, it's strange that this quickly colors came up that I like, but I think based on that I've used this several times now for the different things that I do, that it knows really quickly to go to blue, apparently. So obviously the pinks aren't mine. Either is that other purplish pinkish thing, and nor is that purple. So what do you do? So when you find colors that you like, you're going to hit right here at the bottom. It's a lock. It's a lock, right? And since I like this one over here, I will lock that. Now, there's one thing that you can do still if you want to make this color a little bit more of something that you like. You just click on these buttons that are called Adjust, and you can move them to change the color slightly. And yeah, like a little bit darker blue in the saturation area. And I think that's about it. Maybe I should move this one a little bit darker. There we go. All right. So you just click anywhere and it'll go away. This one will give you alternate shades, and now you can pick from one of these alternate shades maybe that you kind of like. And notice how that number comes up. That's an important number you're going to need to know later. All right, so and you can go down and change this. And so it's important in these first few colors, especially the first color you find, that you pick that first color and make it one that you really like. And actually, I kind of like this one better. There we go. So I'm going to change that. Now this button here, you can drag this into a different position. So you can make this your number one primary color, and maybe leave this one down here as your secondary color. So remember, you have this. I have this one locked and this one locked. And now I'm going to hit the space bar, and we're going to continue. And you're going to see, so now what you're kind of looking for is the contrasting colors that will allow you to use it as text. So if you want to write text in something that's using this first blue color over here, then obviously you want something that's going to show up, and you're not going to want a bunch of dark colors, because when you go to use text, it may not be good. But either way, none of these colors really suit me and who I am. Hitting the space bar. Nope, not liking that. No, not liking that either. Kind of like that charcoal black look. And nah. And greens. Kind of reminds me of the Seattle Seahawks colors. I kind of like this gray though. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this gray and lock that down. No, 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 no. No, not really. And you can just keep going. It'll just keep giving you colors. I maybe kind of like this color. Now, I'm not going to keep. I already have a color palette, but I'm showing you how to create one. So let me lock this one down. That could be possibly a font color, and just keep changing this one. Let's see. Oh, I kind of like that one. Can I go back? Yeah, you hit the back arrow to go back. We actually just lock this one down. Let's go back, unlock this one. Let's change this one up a little bit. No, pink, no. Lighter blue, no. Black, no, no, no. Maybe. Let's make some adjustments and see what I can come up with here. This is where this is important to make. Oh, there we go. Oh, now we're getting it. Okay. So, yes, I'm much happier. Let's see, RGB. These are some of the other things you can just really hone in on that color that you're looking for. No. Let's see what this other selection here, which is the oh, there we go. Maybe. Yeah, I think I like that. Yeah. And I'm going to lock that down. All right, so I've created this color palette. Now, what do you do with this color palette? Oh, actually, yeah. So what I do with this color, so this is the very easy one. There's other options here where you can pick colors from an image. So say you have an image. Let me go ahead and bring up an image here just really fast. Maybe it likes PNG. Let's try. Wow, there we go. That's my old logo. All right, so so right here, so you see how you select here, and it now gives you these colors that are in this image, right? So that's how you're able to do that. And then you hit OK, and then it'll give you all those images. Do you see that? So now that are all those colors from that photograph. And now if I were to unlock this, then I could hit the space bar and change it. Do you see that? All right. Wow, that was a little challenging. Hit the back button, and I'm able to go back to the pictures that I wanted. All right. So the moral of that story is that you want to find an image that's small enough that it'll accept. Those photographs that I took were taken in a very high resolution camera, and so obviously they were too large for what Coolors will accept. All right. So wow. That was awesome. And there's also undo and redo. So if you go past a color that you really like by accident, you just hit undo and it'll go back to what it is you want. All right. All right. So now you want to export, or you can say
as quickly as I can.
Export. That was my Alexa. All right. So you can save it into a URL, a PDF, a PNG, SCSS, SVG, or a Copic. And so I would just use a PDF or. Now let's do a PNG. I already done one for a PDF. So you're going to save it just like this. I really like this look too. And so it gives you the hex codes, which are right down here. Those are the ones that you're going to put in if you're using Canva or Relay That or something like that. These hex codes is what you are going to use in those places where they ask for a hex code, and it'll just this color's hex code. So no matter where you put this hex code, where anything that can use a hex code, that color will show up exactly as you see it there. Right? So then you're just going to save this image to save image as. So I right-clicked, and it'll bring down my menu, and you're going to write down Andy's other colors, just for fun, to my desktop, and save. So now you're going to see. The reason I did that is because I already have one on there. And right here on my desktop, you have Andy's other colors. I double click on it, and there you go. It'll come up, and you can see your colors there, right? in a PDF version, which is this other one that I have, which will come up here. And I think one of the reasons why I did that in a PDF is that you can actually highlight this hex code and then right-click it and copy. And now you have the hex code. You can just right-click it, copy it, and put it into a document, or so that you have those hex codes available. Or you can right-click and copy and put them into Canva. All right. So that's how you use that. It's super, super easy. I'm going to close all tabs. It's super easy to use, and it's free. Right? To do all that, it's free. It's amazing that it is free. It should actually probably cost like a couple bucks to be able to do that, but it doesn't. And there you go. That is how you use Coolors, and that's all I have for you. All right, that is it. Talk to you later. Bye.